Hi, this is Kristy with Guidepost to Wellness, and I'm posting this video today to kind of give you a little bit of an update of where I've been with my health, and also to share with all the women out there that are in perimenopause or going through menopause, especially if they have an autoimmune disease. I'm sure that some of you can relate to the things that I've been going through. So for some of you that are tuning back into my channel, you know that I lost my mom this past year and had some emotional roller coaster, wasn't taking care of myself as much. So I spent a little bit of time focusing on regaining my health, had a great transformation during the summer, dropped some weight, was feeling really, really good. And towards the end of the detox protocol that I was doing, I started having a menstrual cycle that I hadn't had in a while, didn't think anything really of it until it lasted for about 3 months. So I was seeing some doctors, going through a couple of ultrasounds, biopsies, D&C, to get all of that straight, make sure everything was good from that perspective. I'm adopted, so I don't have any family history of things like that, so I want to make sure I take control of things right away. And then after that, it's almost like I may have gone, according to the doctor that I'm seeing right now, I may have gone right into menopause real quick. And that's, it's really affected me, and the symptoms I'm going to talk about in a minute. I've really been challenged to try to do my weekly videos. I don't know if I look as tired and run down as I feel, but I wanted to share with the group out there what I've been going through and hopefully open up some discussion, because I know that sometimes people are not feeling as free to talk about or hear about things like this. So I had dropped 20 pounds and was feeling pretty good about that. Was starting to exercise regularly and slowly build myself back up. I'll put a link below to a great program that I've been doing, Autoimmune Strong, which is really designed for folks with autoimmune disorders or exercise intolerance. It's a great program. Was doing that fairly regularly, but after starting the month of October is when I just started, the weight started to come back on. I started actually having hot flashes for the first time. First time you ever have one is a really interesting experience, I have to say. But I liken it to anybody that's ever taken niacin, the B vitamin, where you can get kind of a real hot, sudden flush from your feet to your skull very quickly. And I have occasional hot flashes, but really what's been challenging from that perspective for me has been pretty severe night sweats that have really interrupted my sleep, and that has really been challenging. So as I started to realize that as I was going through these changes, it's affected me so much, from an energy level, exercise tolerance. Definitely when you don't sleep, that affects everything. But when I was looking through some of the symptoms, for example, with menopause, the symptoms for low estrogen are fatigue, check. Hot flashes, night sweats, check. Mood swings, check. Trouble concentrating, even more than usual, check. Insomnia, weight gain, vaginal dryness, low libido, check, check, check. Have them all. Low progesterone. I've been having more headaches, and I have been getting, like, I think they're called visual migraines, where I'm getting the zigzaggy, swirly things. It's not my eyes. It's definitely visual cortex related. And then sometimes I get a migraine after that. Just some of the mood swings, very low mood. And then I started thinking about doing bioidentical hormone replacement. And I started looking also at the potential of having low testosterone, which is something that can definitely happen. And I think I've actually had this for quite a while. I'm going to talk more about this in some other videos, but unless you go to a functional medicine doctor or a bioidentical hormone replacement doctor like I've started to go to, they just don't test low testosterone in women. And they just, I know that women don't make a lot, but it's still a very, very important hormone. And when I look at what's really started to impact me over the last 3 to 4 months, sluggishness, muscle weakness, fatigue, again, low libido, reduced sexual satisfaction. It's much harder to have an orgasm, and the orgasms just are not as strong. Again, more weight gain, muscle loss, sleep disturbances, issues with red blood cell production, which is interesting since I've had some anemia and things of that nature, muscle mass and fat distribution. So when I look at all of those and then throw in just all of the things from suboptimal thyroid, which I've been working through as well for years, that pretty much fits me. So I started researching some bioidentical hormone replacement doctors, and I have a flex spending account, so I was looking at that as an investment in myself. So I found a program, and it was either 10 or 12 tubes of blood to get my baseline, and also did a symptom chart, which I'm going to start tracking as I move forward. And so basically, he said my progesterone and estrogen levels were essentially non-existent. They had dropped down to 0, which was very interesting considering that in August and September when I had it tested, my estrogen levels were very high. So it's not unexpected for them to cycle up and down, but for them to be so low that they register actually at 0 could mean that I've just gone straight into menopause. Do not pass go, do not collect $200 straight to night sweats. So he tested all of that. He found out that my testosterone, which the level for women should be between 6 and 10, and for free testosterone, which is the important stuff in your blood, and mine's 1.4. So that's pretty darn low. And that explains a lot. I've been trying my best to get up in the mornings, but with the night sweats and not sleeping, it's been very hard to exercise. Very, very low exercise tolerance when I do. Going on a hike can wear me out for days. The other thing that he found that also impacts me is that I have low iron or low ferritin levels. And that's really not surprising given the fact that I had essentially over 90 days of pretty heavy menstrual type of bleeding. And at one point I was showing anemic on my regular blood panel, but my doctor never checked the actual ferritin or iron levels. And so my iron levels are low. And what's important about that is iron is the important part of hemoglobin, which is what transports oxygen in your blood. So if you don't have a lot of iron, you're not transporting oxygen as well. That's when you can get the body aches, fatigue, irritability, and low libido. Wow, check, 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 check. So you can see that hormones, low hormones have really fit my symptoms. So I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be going on a skin lotion, a low-dose cream of testosterone. I'll be starting that next week. I will be starting progesterone next week. Both of those are compounded so that they're just very specific dosages for me. We're going to hold off on the estrogen for a few months till we get the progesterone, make sure that I'm not going up and down in estrogen and get the other two stabilized. I've also changed to a bioidentical thyroid that is both T4 and T3, which is the T3 is the active one that hopefully will help me feel a little bit better as well. So what I've done is I did a symptom tracker for Dr. Miller in the very beginning, and 5 were very high, troublesome levels, 1 being pretty much not a problem. So my areas of fatigue, poor concentration, again, memory, and again, that's on top of what I've already experienced on a day-to-day basis. I have some minor brain damage from my lupus from years ago, so I've always had to compensate for that, but it's much more noticeable with the lack of sleep, and definitely I feel just harder to concentrate. The night sweats, the irritability, headaches, muscle loss, a little bit more hair loss, the low libido, loss of strength, low muscle endurance, mood swings, and things of that nature. And he puts it on his as like overall well-being. Hopefully this won't offend anybody, but I use it as the give a shit factor is very, very low. It is really hard to be motivated to feel like doing anything when you're so tired, and it's a mental and emotional type of fatigue as well. I'm working on updating my website to a new platform. Again, I haven't felt as motivated to do the videos because I know the energy that I put out, I want to put out a really good energy, and it's hard to be motivated. And again, for some of you watching the videos, I think I look like I'm tired. I think I look like I feel. So that's why I wanted to share this with you. I'm really excited about starting the bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. I know that there's some pros and cons. I know that there's a lot of controversy, and I'm going to hit those more in future videos. Again, I want to do a little bit of research about it, the impact with some autoimmune disorders, and just really talk a lot about that and share my journey with you. I'm going to be redoing my symptom tracker every couple of weeks and let you know. And considering how low I am and how my thyroid's been suboptimal and my testosterone's probably been low for a while, I'm hoping that I'll see a pretty good improvement in all of that over the next weeks and months. So stay tuned. I'm going to share more with you. I apologize for the delays in the videos. I really appreciate all the folks that are watching it, but I think this is going to be a good topic series for folks, and please feel free to share. I look forward to comments from folks that are going through the same types of things. Any experiences that you've had with bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, please let me know. I look forward to the comments, and there will be more to come. And hopefully next week, once I get started, I'll show you what the products look like and get started and do a day one video, probably on Tuesday when the products should arrive. So we'll go from there. So I'm excited. And I'm looking forward to sharing my journey with you again. So take care, be well. Please share this video to anybody else out there that you think could enjoy being part of a community and going through this, so that they feel like they're not alone, because you're not. So take care and be well.